Hi, this is Kevin Yoder with the Yoder team at Keller Realty, coming to you again with another episode of KevinYoder.tv. And today we have a very important topic to discuss because this is one that I get asked. This is a question I get asked really more often than most questions that I get asked by potential home sellers. And here it is. The question is, what do I do? I have a home to sell, but I don't want to sell my home until I find my next home. It's kind of the dilemma, right? And that's something we hear each and every day, probably a couple times, 2 or 3 times a day. So I want to address that question because it's an important one. And hopefully, if you're in that same situation, this will add some clarity around the right answer. Before we get into that topic, I wanted to also remind you of a couple features on the video blog site. There is the home feature, the home search. Be sure to check out the MLS home search button. This will give you access to all area listings. These are homes that are on the market in West Michigan. Basically the same exact access that we have access to as real estate agents. You also have a free market snapshot. Click the other button if you want to find out about what home values are in the area, in your neighborhood specifically. Type your address in, it'll pull up all optics on home selling in and around your home. It's a great tool if you're thinking about selling your home. We can dial that number in later, of course. So back to the topic. This is an important one. What do? I have a home to sell, and I also am afraid that I can't find the next home. This is happening because the inventory is low, and sellers are challenged because they're looking at the market, they're studying homes online, and they're not really finding a lot of homes out there. That's true. I mean, here it is, early spring. Today is April 1st, and this is no April Fool's joke. This is a big question and it gets asked of me every single day. So I wanted to put it out there as one of the first videos we're doing all year. So here's the truth of this. The market's a low inventory environment. For the past 7 years, since 2006, we peaked and we dropped. The bottom of the market was somewhere around the last part of 2012. Most sellers were saying, I have no equity. I wish I could sell. I found my dream home. And I'd ask the question, what would you do if you could sell today? The answer was unequivocally, I will sell my home, but I can't because I'm upside down. Now the market has shifted and most sellers have found their equity has returned, not quite to peak levels, but enough to where they can make a move. But guess what? Now, there's not a lot of homes on the market. That's exactly what happens when the market shifts. Inventory drops, and there's a few reasons why inventory is low. I won't get into that in this video. That's for another video. But the truth is that early spring inventory is low. It begins to pick up midsummer, peaking in June and July. But at this time, when you're a seller thinking about selling a home, the question you have to ask yourself is, do I absolutely need to sell in order to buy? In other words, am I a cash buyer or am I a buyer who has to get a mortgage and I have to sell my home because I can't get approved for owning 2 homes at one time? For most home sellers, that is a yes. I must sell my home because I can't get a pre-approval letter for owning 2 properties. So if that's you and you fall into that 90% category, listen closely, because there's no other way around it. You will always come back to this same exact answer. Most sellers that say that they want to find their next home first say, I want to find my next home first and then I'll sell my home. And to that I ask, what is your strategy? And usually it's, I want to write a contingent offer on that home and then I'll sell my house. To that I reply, contingent offers are not worth the paper they're written on. And here's why. The home that you wrote a contingent offer on still remains on the market. And that means that other buyers can buy that property. While you think you have a foot in the door, what you've just done is put together an intent. As I'd love to buy your home, but I can't. And if I could someday, here's what I intend to purchase it for. And that really doesn't hold well. It's not a strong, solid offer. That seller continues to market the property and with the idea of finding another buyer that's ready, able, and willing, because you're in that situation, you're not. And also you've not leveraged the offer opportunity because you have a home that has to sell yet. You can't go in with a low offer because a seller will usually counteroffer full price. Okay, so that means that you would quickly scramble to get your home on the market and in a rush so then you could quickly buy that home that you want to buy. And that's also putting yourself in a position because to sell quickly, you have to lower your price. And so we can go round and round on this one. It always comes back to the same premise. In order to get your home sold to buy that next one, the best strategy that I recommend is having your home put on the market and then get it sold. Get an offer under contract so you can place an offer on that next home with confidence. Now, I get a lot of responses on this one. Typically it's, I'm afraid and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time and I can't find my dream home. You're much better positioned to have your home under contract. Get your home on the market. Get some leverage under you. Get some marketing going. Get some buyers through your house. And then when you write an offer on that home, it's contingent upon just the closing of your property, not the sale and closing. It's a different contingency, a much more powerful position to be in, because at the end of the day, you're always going to be faced with that. I have to sell my home first, and we can get an offer on your home and just extend the closing date and give you some possession time, giving you up to 80 days after the time you get an offer. So I highly recommend this strategy. This is one that I get a lot of questions on. If you also have a question on this strategy, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to delve into it with you, because I want to make sure that you fully understand the magnitude. This is not a question that's going to go away anytime soon in this new market condition, and I hope this has been helpful to you. If you'd like to talk further, give us a call at the Yoder team, 942-2449, and online at yoderteam.com. This wraps up another edition of KevinYoder.tv. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to talking with you real soon. Happy spring 2015. Take care.